Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. I'm trying to keep it a little low key for Betty Lou, who has a headache. She's like, y'all, I just took 2 Tylenol in case something happens to me. I just need you to know so you can tell the authorities.
Well,
I know, but it's so funny. I think this is a difference in women and men because my wife does the exact same thing. If she takes anything other than melatonin before she goes to bed at night, she'll be like, okay, I took 2 Tylenol PMs. I took an allergy medicine, my melatonin, and I might have done a little meth. And so, so she tells me everything. And the whole idea is that if something bad happens to her, I then can tell people what she took. And so then we know.
Yeah, the EMTs need to know.
Which at first I was like, man, this is a lot of things to remember, and it's a lot of pressure on me to wake up from a dead sleep to
It's
her.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on me. But then it also is it a good alibi or does it make me look super guilty? If I know everything she took and I'm just rattling it off, you watch enough crime shows, Betty Rock, how would you read that? Would that be husband cares, he knows what's going on with his wife, or he knows too much?
I would look and see when he cries, are there really tears on his face?
What if, hypothetically speaking,
Does he have a criminal record?
I am on a steroid right now that for my tooth, and it's dried up my tear ducts. So what if I'm trying to weep vigorously and I have no tears coming out? Would you take that into consideration?
I guess.
I don't even know if you'd ask that question. You'd be like, he's guilty.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
would.
he's guilty. Okay. Well, anyway, so we'll try to keep this a little shorter and a little less painful. Yesterday, speaking of painful, I shared a story about my horrific bathroom experience.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell the whole story again today. I'm not even going to tell the story again today because I do not want to go back to it. If you have not heard the story, you can go back to yesterday's Aftercast. And you can listen to it for yourself.
No, it was funny.
Yeah, Michelle texted me or emailed me about it. Michelle says, I cannot thank you enough for sharing your Disney bathroom story today. It's my birthday, and it's been a little 16 candles, except I'm much older. I'm in charge of making sure everyone on our worship team is celebrated on their birthday, but I'm not going to celebrate myself, and other people didn't really remember. And so this was the best gift I could get. It was a great story. Thank you for the laugh. So I'm glad that my pain and my huge embarrassment served a purpose yesterday. Yeah, it is a ministry because that's rough. So I feel bad for her. Couple things that we're going to talk about today. One of these things was a fitness instructor, okay? So she wants to shoot a video, and she's an influencer. I won't even say fitness instructor. She's an influencer. Yeah. And she wants to shoot a video so that she can post it. And there's a lady that walks up and is standing behind her just at a gym, stretching, doing whatever she's doing new. And the content creator gets really mad at her for like photobombing her and being in her shot.
Yeah, how dare she?
But she didn't know that she was in her shot.
Yeah, that other lady's just going to the gym.
It's a public domain. Like,
I
can't
think
call it.
Influencers think that they instantly own the crowded space that they're in. I'm shooting a video. Do you know how many followers I have? Do you know how many followers I have? I have 10,000 followers. And you're like, okay, that's great. They're Sparky. But then they want to control all of that space so they get the perfect shot. Like, we have to shoot stuff all the time for social media. Like, anytime I'm on vacation, I'm shooting stuff for the show and everything. And so I will wait. If I want the shot, I'll wait till someone clears out of the shot, or I'll reposition myself.
She was already shooting, so she was already in the midst of
Was she doing it like a live?
No, she was just getting the video, but she was already doing her moves, her exercise moves. So in essence, like you were saying, you would just wait until the shot was clear.
Yeah.
She did, but as she's filming, someone comes into the shot.
But then
later.
she gets mad at her.
Yeah.
And that's where it devolves a little bit.
She said, don't exercise next to me. Like, you can stretch somewhere else. Move.
Yeah, no, it's a free country still. Like, we still have freedom in this country.
Well,
and you're in a public, you don't own that gym.
Well, to me, the more shocking situation is that she posted this video. The content creator posted this. Like, people were going to be on her side, and they weren't.
I did have another theory on this that I read as part of this, that she posted it intentionally because negative press in that world is even better.
No.
Like it goes more viral. If you're the crazy one, it goes more viral. You get more eyes on it, and at the end of the day,
for the bad or wrong reason.
But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's just about the number of followers that you have, and people will follow people they don't like because they don't like them. Look at how many horrible accounts of like musicians that are just train wreck bad musicians that I stop every time. I stop every time and I watch them. James Chapesky, I watch anything he puts out. That Pat O'Mall. I like I'm just not over it. I stop and watch that every time, you know, and I know it's bad. Like I know it's horrible, but I do. And I do think that there's something in social media that they always said no bad press. All press is good press.
Yeah.
So whether it's bad or not.
Also, too, that's the reason why, you know, you have said before that you get perturbed with news stations because they focus on all the bad and there's never anything good. But you're a perfect example of why that is, because you're not going to stop for anything that's good and heartwarming. You're going to stop for the craziness.
I'll stop for the train wreck.
For the drama.
Yeah. 100%. And I don't know if it's because a large percentage of us are wired that way to like the drama. I mean, you look at the stories you told us today, Betty. Were any of the stories off the air positive or encourage?ing?
Not at all.
No, they're all her friend drama. And she's like, guys, you have to hear this because we like the drama. Maybe we feel better about our own lives when somebody else is in disarray.
That's the reason why I was watching Love After Lockup. I was like, this is a train wreck. Ready.
You wouldn't just watch Love.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's because there's the lockup.
Boring.
Because there's drama.
Yeah.
You know it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, you could have watched The Chosen, but you chose not to, and you watched Love After Lockup.
But
instead, you watched that MTV ridiculous.
I'm on season 7 of The Chosen. I'm kidding. There's not even 5 yet.
5,
I think they're on 5 or they're making 5.
I think Jesus might still be alive.
Yeah, how long did he live?
It's a long time.
You guys are really milking this Chosen. Like
stretching those 3 years.
3 years. How are you doing? That's 3 seasons, man.
But good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. I was watching the video of
the
this
producer,
woman.
the guy who created it would love that joke, by the way.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Dallas Jenkins has such a good sense of humor, and he likes us, so he would be fine with
There's
that.
another show that's coming out on, I want to say it's going to be on YouTube, because I think that's where The Chosen started, or they have their own website, too, but there's this, like, it's a comedy about Moses that looks well produced.
Really?
Too. That's the thing that's tough, is that sometimes you see these little, like, I don't know, TikTok half-baked produced videos, and you're like, okay, that was funny.
Yeah.
This one actually looks Chosen level produced. So I might have to show you guys a trailer. I was watching the woman working out, though. It'd be interesting if, like, that was a friend of hers and she just wanted to set something up for the drama's sake. Also, terrible angle, because she, not from like a video standpoint, but she takes up so much of the gym space that, like, there's no way you cannot own all of that space. Just because I go to the gym and I see more people than ever trying to shoot their videos, and they like block walkways so that you're like, I have to go out of my way to get to my next thing.
Absolutely
because
not.
you're filming across this little hallway for your video. If I walk through it and you say, oh, like, you're good, and you react well to that, then fine. Like, you're allowed to film. That's totally your right.
I'm super, like if I'm at Disney, I'm super aware of, like, families trying to get pictures and things like that. I'll always stop. Oh, no, you guys take it. If I see someone that's vlogging, I'm like, nope, right through the shot, you know, because I'm like, no. It bothers me, man. Like, because I have to do enough of that stuff. And so it's like, I don't expect people to cater to me if it's something for work. It's just the way it is. You mentioned, like, if that thing was set up, like the Chick-fil-A girl, a great example. Would you like Chick-fil-A sauce? Or whatever.
No Chick-fil-A
no Chick-fil-A sauce? Like, that was a set-up dumb thing that she and her sister used to do. So that was her sister was the customer. So it was a set-up thing. She had no idea it was going to blow up like it did. And it blew up huge for her. But then she tried to be an influencer. No, you got lucky with something, you know? And then she's like, well, guys, I guess I'm an influencer now, so what do you like to see? I dance, I can sing. Like, no, I don't want to see any of that. Just do the face. Do the Chick-fil-A face and we'll be good. That's all I need from you. And she just, bottomed out on views and everything, and then I've seen her start to come back, but she's coming back kind of for the wrong reasons. Like she's turning up like the sexuality of things and stuff, because she has great hair. Holy cow. Like her hair, fantastic. But like you're starting to try to crave that fame and get it for the wrong reasons. Like her sister's on there. She doesn't have OnlyFans. And stop saying this. You know, like, great. I'm glad you're not doing that. Like, fantastic. Good for you. But you're still turning it up on TikTok, you know, to try and get views and likes. Because once you get a taste of that, man, like, it's tough. I mean, even when we post things, I look at how well something is done. I want to know, did it land? What should we replicate? What would we not do? I don't hang my identity on it, but I will be cognizant of it. But, man, I can't imagine being like a 17, 18-year-old girl, and you get that little taste of it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to do everything to satisfy this, and it becomes like an addiction, you know?
That's why, people who are quote-unquote influencers who do make a good living off of what they produce when they share their lives, I do see that as stressful when you are sitting there and you're like, my life has to constantly be interesting enough that 100,000 people will like my videos every single day.
I wouldn't want to do it like every day like that. Like I put we have a shared folder, and I put like 3 videos in there that I shot and produced and sent to Betty to post whenever she wants to do it, because she handles all that for us. And one was me building a cutting board. So I did like all this filming and fast things and put music to it. And so I spent as much time working on the dumb video as I did on the cutting board almost, you know? And some lady was so nice. She was like, oh, my husband does this stuff too. He does like tutorials, and he made money, and he still makes money every month from the remodel he did on our porch or whatever. She's like, you could do that. I'm like, I could, but man, it's a lot of work. Like trying to build something and shoot everything yourself. If I was going to do that, I'd have somebody else shoot it and edit it. And then that way you don't have to think about it. But then I got on a roll. I posted one about my ice cream to that thing for Betty, and then one about losing my ring. That I found. Yeah, so that stuff will come up. Not my wedding ring. I've never lost that. But I will be posting that stuff in the near future. So hey, how's your head? You good?
Yeah.
Out of 10 being terrible. Where are we at?
6.
Okay, so could you do your story?
Yeah, I can do my story. I think I'll persevere.
I know. So I'm not going to waste time with this segue. I'm just because I care about you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just do your story, because I can't wait.
Well, Reading Rainbow is coming back.
Oh no! Now I remember what it was. Oh
yes, you remember it from their theme.
Woo! Let's go, Reading Rainbow.
Take a look. It's in a book. A Reading Rainbow.
That's very jazzy.
The past host, his name was LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
He had a unique name, LeVar.
Yeah. He's been an actor in Hollywood for a while. He played on Star Trek and stuff too. Like he had a career as an actor. Like I think even prior to the Reading Rainbow. I think he did that after he had some success.
Well, Reading Rainbow originally ran from 1986 to 2006, so about 20 years. And now they are bringing themselves back in 2025. Of course, LeVar Burton will not be the host this time. They have a new one. His name is Michael Threets, and it goes by Michael the Librarian. Yeah. It's spelled Mychal, okay?
First thing I said when she spelled the name for me, I said they're going to put the rainbow heavy in the Reading Rainbow in this, and I don't think I'm wrong. Did I make a judgment? 100%. Was I right? $1,000,000,000%.
Well, okay, let me go on. So there is a no air date has been set yet. So if you were jumping at the bit to see the new Reading Rainbow, it's not set, but it is going to be on PBS Kids. So Michael Threets, who is the new host, he looks like a young guy. He is the resident librarian for PBS Kids. So I guess he's an ongoing character on the channel, and so they asked him to be the future host. Like I said, he goes by Michael the Librarian. When I checked his Instagram account, he did have things that talked about his pronouns.
Because why do you have let me just start on that. I love that we live in such a world where we're confusing kids from the earliest age, where they feel the need to be like, okay, you're talking to like 5-year-olds, and the first thing you put in this bio is my pronouns are he, him. Like, no, you don't need that. You are indoctrinating generations. Let it play out, man.
Well, reading about his personal life, he actually started out as a librarian. So he was, when he was young, going through anxiety and depression and has really battled with mental health. And so when he found out that his local library was a safe space for him, he eventually got a job there at that library. Okay?
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic. And I don't know how, but somehow he went viral on TikTok. Something about where a kid, it was during 2020 with COVID, and some kid didn't know what that looked like for the future, and he was talking to that child, and it went viral, and then he got well known, and then PBS found out about him through his TikToks and through his viral videos, and so they offered him the job as the resident librarian for their channel, and now the Reading Rainbow host as well. He has catchphrases like "You belong" and "unhinged library joy."
Okay, not like all of that's
Everything
fine.
sounded great.
Like everything, like if he cares about these little kids and he got his start from being kind to a kid that was hurting, it's all of that is great. It was the other stuff you read me in the bio that led to I'm going, yeah, they're pushing this agenda in the books that they're going to talk about with these kids.
Well, in one of the posts, he was talking about 3 books that he would recommend if you wanted to teach your child about transgenderism or your pronouns.
You don't need to be
like
doing that with your children. That's the point. The point is they keep saying, okay, well, we've got to tell children about gender and they've got to figure this out at 3 years old or whatever. No, they do not. You know, it's like there's one comedian. He was like, yeah, if my kid tells me at 8 he wants to be a pirate, should I cut off his leg? No, because kids don't really want to be a pirate. They don't know. They got so much going on. So when we sit there and we indoctrinate these kids from this crazy liberal perspective at a young age, it's no wonder our demographic of kids is so messed up. They talk about mental health more than any generation, and they are the most depressed generation we've had in 40 years. Do you see a correlation? There might be a problem with that, you know, because we're bringing them stuff they're not prepared for at an age. I have people that I know that I used to consider kind of friends, you know, but the things that they're talking about with their kids, and they're celebrating their kids, being transgender and how they're the best parent in the world for affirming this. And I'm like, no, you're not being a good parent. You're not giving your kids the hard truth. Is having a kid that struggles with identity super difficult? 1,000,000,000%. Would I wish it on my worst enemy? Absolutely not. It's difficult, and I feel bad for parents that struggle with that. But if you are struggling with that and you succumb to the narrative that's being told, I don't believe you're helping your kid. You might be placating them and causing like a moment of feeling like, oh, good, I belong. But it doesn't last for most of these kids. These kids that go through these things that you find out years later, they're like, that was the worst decision I ever made. And why would you let me make this at 8 years old? If you want to do this stuff at 18, knock yourself out. You're an adult, make your own choices. That's fine. But stop with the kids. I think a lot of these parents, kind of like that reverse Munchausen syndrome, like where the parent wants to have a sick child so that they look great. I firmly believe that happens with gender stuff, where they're like, do you see how affirming I am and what a good parent I am? Yes, I know this is messed up, but I'm not going to push anything on my child. But the reality is, we talked about this the other day, when you're like, by choosing not to decide, you still have made a choice. By not pushing the agenda, you're pushing the agenda, because everyone else around this poor child's life in like public schools and places like this, that's all they're getting, you know, and they're not getting the balance. They're not getting the truth. And so for me, I see this as a warning flag with Reading Rainbow. And it's just another example of that super liberal left side coming in to get into the minds of children where they shouldn't be. Kids should be reading things that are fun, light. Let them be kids. They're going to deal with stuff heavy later. There was somebody else I loved. It's like talking about like the liberal side of things. It's like, yeah, is it ever noticed that like drag queen story hour when they would take drag queens and go to libraries and read to kids? He's like, why did drag queens never want to read to old people? Because they're not trying to indoctrinate old people. They're trying to indoctrinate young people. And that's where the issue lies. And that's where we are destroying a complete generation through this fallacy of normalcy. But anywho.
We'll have to wait and see, too.
Yeah. No, we do not, Gavin. This is where I don't appreciate your optimism.
No episode has been released, but I did. It was before the show. I spent like 5 minutes looking through his TikTok just because like I took a stab at like making book-related stuff online, and it's fun.
How's that going for you?
Not. So.
Oh, you're done?
Well, no, because I have a part-time job at the church, too. Yeah. So it was,
Your videos, when they came up, like they would come up in my feed, and you were very likable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like I would sit there and watch. I hate reading, so it wasn't a thing for me.
Sure.
But I was like, oh, you shot it well. It was edited well. Like it was on brand for stuff that's out there.
I think once like having a part-time job at the church kind of goes away, which would be at the end of the year, then boom, we'll jump right back in. But just
Can't wait.
the stacking things on top of another.
I'm gonna like and subscribe.
Thank you. Go to my what is it called when people pay for my stuff?
Patreon.
Go to my Patreon.
Oh yes.
But which I don't have. I could though. But I was watching his stuff. He is really, really interesting, and he takes a stab at this like talking to kids voice that seems creepy.
Well,
to
Mr.
me.
Rogers is creepy as all get out, like the way he talked.
And maybe it'll be an easier thing. Like, I think it's more difficult for guys to do. Because when Miss Rachel gets up there and does her thing, you're like, Miss Rachel, she's adorable.
Yeah.
But when this guy did it, and again, I'm not the target audience here, but it felt creepy. But it will be interesting to see where they land on, like, again, like you were saying, political related stuff. Because I watched videos where he was like, kids' books talking about like Palestine.
Oh my gosh!
One thing I can't appreciate was like, hey, it's
adults can't even fully understand that.
I personally don't.
Adults are misinformed about that.
There are some things that I think are very okay in my mind to talk about when it comes to like being informed on. Like he had a book or a video about like it's Mexican Heritage Month. And like here's some like amazing things about like a Mexican culture, and you're like, okay, cool. Like you're teaching kids about other culture. Like that's a really
But you know who should also be doing that is the parent.
Yeah.
Like the parent is the one that should be leading these discussions and not waiting for other people to do it.
I would personally hope that yes, they don't lean too far into just messages that aren't.
Oh no, they're gonna push back. They're gonna push back as hard as they can against the conservative right, because also PBS is funded by the government and they're mad at the cuts from the Trump administration as well. And so that will factor into it as well. Well, okay, that's fine. We're going to do this. And then they'll get cut more, which would be crazy.
Yeah. I'm just curious what PBS's like political leaning is, because I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like PBS shouldn't still exist. Because when I think of PBS, I just think of like Caillou and all that weird stuff from back in the day. So I'm almost surprised it still exists.
Yeah, well, technically, you still kind of want it and need it. For it used to be for balance and stuff because it was theoretically something that was more cultural too. It was that's the funny thing too. Like the Learning Channel TLC, when it first started, it was about learning things, almost like DIY. That thing has moved so far from what it would be. I mean, like it is just a train wreck, and it's just all like trash TV. Yeah. And it's crazy the things that they get away with and say on there that you think, oh, I guess it's cable. I guess they can air this. But boy, it's shocking sometimes.
Like what?
When they're having, like, if you're watching 90 Day Fiancé, like conversations they have in the tell-alls. Mm-hmm. Like there are times like I would watch it, I'd be like, oh, well, it's because we're on a stream service. I'm like, no, that's the paid for it. Like that's the service. Like holy cow! Like and so, like cable TV is completely devolved from all of that. Real quick, because I know we have a tour group coming in here. Do you have birthdays? Do you have any?
I do. I have a birthday. We've got one.
Okay, who is it?
This one is Jamie, who wants to wish her son Matthew a happy birthday. Said he's turning 4. And he's such a sweet boy. He loves making others feel loved and special. He's funny, smart, and has the world's best puppy dog eyes.
Love that.
Aw.
Love that. And hopefully he carries that tradition and that legacy with him about keeping other kids loved and included, because that's where change starts, man. It's with kids like Matthew that love people, and like they get in high school and they don't devolve and be the kid that picks on people. They be the kid that stands up for people. So I love seeing that. That's awesome.
The question is, you have to live inside a board game for 1 year.
Oh.
Which one do you pick?
Boggle, that one where you push the button and everything bounces.
I don't know if I know.
Or no, Trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, Trouble. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's Candyland. If
Battleship, because you can sink things and you live on a ship.
Hungry, Hungry Hippo.
Yeah, you are a hungry, hungry hippo. You're the thinnest hungry, hungry hippo I know.
Thank you.
Monopoly would be a bad choice because it's just the real world.
Yeah, really.
You should pick Candyland.
That's what
That's
I'm
such a good
thinking.
one. Shoots and Ladders was my other go-to as a kid.
lot of
I
Chutes.
loved Shoots and Ladders. But yes,
Man. What are some
Candyland
board games?
would be fantastic.
Clue.
How about Mall Madness?
Oh, yeah. Mall
Yes.
Madness would be fun.
Mousetrap.
Pretty, Pretty Princess for Gavin.
Oh, I played that with Haley.
I loved Pretty, Pretty
Yeah, I
Princess.
played a lot of Pretty Pretty Princess with Haley. Holy cow.
Yeah, I think I'd do Clue. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be fun with your like love of murder mystery. Oh, that would be a good one. You're always solving stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go Candyland. You go murder mystery. Gavin, what 20-sided die game are you gonna live in?
Oh, come on.
Dungeons and
Dungeons and
Dragons.
Dragons.
I like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, I know what it's gonna be.
I don't know. I could also just choose Life.
Yeah,
The board game Life, and I'll put myself in like the fancy mansion.
I always loved like Life, and they're like, "Oh, you just had a kid." And you're like, "No."
Yeah, that's what I do. That's actually hilarious when I think about playing that game now.
Yeah, you're in the game of
You're
life.
like, it's actually like, congrats on your next step. You're like, no.
Worst step ever.
It's like, you got married. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, why in the world? What did I do to you?
And then it gets to the career option, and you're like, you have chosen a doctor. And I'm like, great, the cash is great.
Yeah.
And I'll work forever.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, I think that's going to have to do it for our Aftercast. And as always, thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.